title says all, crash, while parked. That car to the right is my Toyota Camry Conquest station wagon, greenish in colour, and sitting there minding its own business with me in it. How did this happen? Well, I was parked at the side of the road waiting for a friend to turn up to get a child from the nearby daycare, and I'm parked with other cars, and then this guy came barrelling out of a business further up the road, did a wheelie down the road with steam and smoke going everywhere, and just came straight in from the Princes Highway and hit me. And I just could not believe it. I'm parked by the side of the road, and this turkey comes barreling out of the business. You know, look what he did to my car. He even shoved it sideways. You can see the amount of dirt and distance I travelled. This is his Super 8 car, because that's what it was. That's what these guys with their little Super 8 cars do. And they really pushed me sideways. I was sitting in the car. I actually had my camera next to me, and it's a pity I didn't film him doing this, because I could have, but I just never thought this was going to happen. And there I am, parked. I don't believe it. All these other cars were parked there too. Anyway, the little fat guy in blue, he's the one who was the driver. I'd put a sensor thing over his stomach, but the stomach is too big for the sensor thing. The other guy was a mate of his, and he was just doing nothing but giving me the death stare while we were waiting for the cops to arrive. When the highway patrol arrived, it was two female cops, and as they walked across the road to the scene, a friend who was with me, who had arrived to help me, noticed that they gave a nod and a glance to this driver. And you'd think this guy would have been charged with neg driving. No, he got off scot-free. I took my car to a local car repairer, but this guy told me that he was getting his car towed away. That's the only way it could be done. And I certainly had no reason to doubt him. Poor fool me. Being towed away is very much a police incident, and subsequently I found that yes, he was towed away, and another friend witnessed the fact that the car was towed away, but the local police, the local sergeant, dismissed the whole thing because he rang this guy, and the guy said, "Oh no, I wasn't towed away," yet he was. I'll tell you now, it's those who look after each other, that's for sure. And that just goes to show, if you feel that one of the cars is going to be towed away from an accident, stay there and make sure it is done. That was a lesson that I dearly learned. Insurance companies fixed all the repairs up, but still at the end of the day, make sure you stay there to see if the other person gets towed away. Then they can be charged. This guy definitely missed out on a neg driving charge. It's ironic too that the road safety sign in the background there says demerit points and the fines apply. Well, I guess that's only in some cases. But look at this damage. Now, what we're going to see is exactly where he came from and what he left behind. X marks the spot to where I am. That's where I was parked with those other cars there, off the highway, waiting for my friend to turn up. But then this ute came out from that place up there, that driveway, down the Princes Highway, leaving a skid mark from the ute down the Princes Highway, and then magically turned into where my car was. I tell you, bad driving, neg driving, dangerous, could have killed me. Anyway, I went and took photographs. There's the skid mark. You can see where he came out from the side there to the right. And let's have a look a little bit closer. Yes, there's the edge of the asphalt on the road. He's hit that, he's gone up. You can see the skid mark going around. You can even see the mark in the soil there where his wheel must have spun on that corner of the asphalt, and then that's why he took off. He just hit it badly, and that gives it right away, that edge of the asphalt and that skid mark in the soil. You can see where he went down the road and where he came in, and very close to where that ute is. That's where he came in, that's where my car was. You can see the marks that were left behind. You can see the distance I was moved sideways as he rubbed up against me. But look at this. I came back a day later to take video of the actual scene, but look what I found instead.
As you can see, fresh road base or some sort of stuff's been put in there to cover up where the ute skidded and did its wheelie. And as you can see, there's no real sign of the skid mark. And gee, just a slight mark. But really, yeah, just a slight mark. All the way down to there, to where my car was hit. How interesting.
What skid mark disappears after a day or so? They're usually there for a long time. This looks like it had been purposely cleaned off.
Just down past, just about where that white tabletop truck is, shoving my car aside. Yet no driving charge. Curious. There's still a bit of a faint mark there. Yeah, very curious. Coming out of this place. Definitely a worry. It looks like that's going to wear out pretty quick anyway.
Here we have a side-by-side comparison. Same spot, but the day after. Spot the difference. Amazing how these things can vanish overnight. Yeah, I'll tell you, with the help of the authorities, definitely in this case.
So you can see the gap was originally there outside the place next door, and how that stuff's been put in. Curious.
So there you are, a very close call indeed. If he had T-boned me, it would have been a hell of a lot worse. Oh, and another side story to this is that some crazy woman on an adjacent property thought I was there spying on them and taking photographs of their property for some strange bloody reason. But then again, only people who are actually doing something illegal feel that very guilty way. But they were very wrong, and when I found that out, I could have easily taken them to court for defamation. But then again, this is what you get with unscrupulous people around Helensburgh. Fortunately, they start to be few and far between these days, but you never know. Including the police activity over this one. Very curious indeed.